Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Wednesday, the 8th of September. So, looking at data or events coming or happening today, we've got the Bank of Canada rate statement at 3 o'clock, and then a little bit later, we've got the Bank of Canada press conference just after 4. So quite late in the trading day. The most important one really would be the rate statement itself initially, and of course with these hearings, press conferences, you get the press opportunity to ask further questions, and it may give us a few more clues. So there we go. Couple of events for the Canadian dollar today. Of course, we're leading closer and closer to the ECB press conference or decision, monetary policy statement coming out tomorrow at 12:45 there. So that's getting closer and closer. So we'll be surprised if I was going to say I wouldn't be surprised if we see some consolidation, but we are actually seeing some slippage, as we'll see in a moment. Aside of that, we've got monetary policy report hearings today at 4, so they're quite late. Normally they used to be about 11 o'clock, but quite late in the day. I'm not sure if others are going to happen before then, but it's programmed at 4, so it's quite late for the in my trading day to do anything there, but we may see volatility in the pound later as well. Okay, so they're the events to watch out for. Just going to look at the markets themselves then, starting off looking at the euro dollar, and yesterday just saw a continuation to the downside. We've just really put the potential in for the lower high, and it came in, the lower high came in, and we're sort of putting a secondary lower high now. Consolidation that's sort of sitting through the Asian session ish there, but let's have a look at the markets here. It does look quite soft as I look at this, and with the market, the price action, as I said, we've got news tomorrow, key news tomorrow. It's got an untouched daily pivot above here. If we get a bit of a move, that could be a short-term target. Aside of that, really, it does, as I say, it does look soft, and retracements may give the opportunity for short-term sales. But just as I say, just got to be thinking of the news coming out tomorrow. It could get a bit messy. The pound is a bit simpler in its downward movement in terms of it's just selling off. It went off quite quickly yesterday. I expected to find some bit more support into the 200 to 34. Left the breakdown of the lower high breakdown, just left that alone because it was so close, and of course it fooled me and just carried on going. So that was one that got away from me yesterday. I quite liked the shape of it up until then. Expected a bit more of a support sort of area off this area, but it was weak, and it's gone again this morning. Retracements at the moment really needed for me to get onto the short side. Again, has a daily pivot. If these were to turn like this, the market was turned around quite strongly, or later on in the day even, and start turning around, gives us a bit of intraday target at least, but does look soft. Dollar yen, talking about soft. Well, this is a dollar yen, so this is dollar strength coming through, showing the strength of the dollar here. And one hell of a bounce yesterday relative and it closed up. I mean, we've been seeing all these spiky bars that are sort of pulling away, but the high lows still pushing through. You see it on this market, and again it sort of it broke, put the high low in, and off it went, and a solid old afternoon market there, pushing up quite solid, as I say, solidly. Right. Aussie dollar, this has been the one of the chosen ones. It's sold off quite strongly yesterday. Okay, we had the news out, which didn't help it necessarily, but just finally continued through there. The outside bar continued selling off from that, and again, it's a similar picture with all of these markets at the moment. Same sort of price action, same pivots again, all looking weak at the moment, and as I say, we could just see continuation. Canadian dollar, the inverted market, So doing the inverted version, US dollar, Canadian dollar, and again the higher lows coming through here and pushing up. Now of course we've got the Canadian data out later on, so this one may get a bit choppy beforehand. I will leave it until afterwards to try and do anything with it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Drifting wise, there's a few markets that are sort of drifting up. Euro yen is still got a drifting in trend. Some of the trends are broken here for now. The Euro Oz, for example, I was looking for this yesterday on the short side, but this has gone completely the other way to what I expected it would happen. I thought we'd maybe get a move into the pivot and it'll roll over, but no, I've just been sitting here waiting for something to happen. Well, it's not happening. In fact, as I say, it's going the other way for now at least. Euro sort of sitting there as a sort of a number two to the it's found a bit of strength from somewhere for now at least, compared to the other major currencies, the cross pairs. So the euro pound was pushing up strongly yesterday, and well, okay, had a bit of a retrace, but pushing back again at the moment. But we're just seeing this sort of certainly the second or third in command, it seems, for a lot of the time. The Swissy doing pretty well out of things as well. Okay, that's pretty much. Let's have a look at the equity gold market. Let's just have a look here. Gold took a hell of a retracement there yesterday. Bearish Harami, I guess, was a clue the day before, but anyway, it's done exactly the same sort of lower highs, but really bundle has sold off later in the afternoon there. So had a really strong sell-off, and setting up again, looking quite weak. So we're seeing this through the markets. Oil. Now oil started coming off. It's broken down on the dailies here, broken down, but catching a bit of a bid at the moment and pushing back up to this level. So it's has put a couple of lower highs in, but found some support down here into its monthly pivot, or around its monthly pivot, I should say. It did break and trigger a couple of things. I've taken a position short, but that'll be for sure making it push up at the moment. But it is pushing up at the moment, but higher lows coming through on this smaller time frame. But we may still have some further downside in my book on that, but have to wait and see now. Okay, that's oil. It's a bit of a rarity. Generally, when the dollar's doing well, it does well against everything, and that was certainly the case in the earlier stage yesterday afternoon. Anyway, pushing on then. Let's bring in the other markets here. So, okay, Bitcoin. Now, there's a number of factors. I'm just digging out even more. We were sort of discussing in a trading room this morning in terms of what went wrong with the Bitcoin yesterday. But firstly, well, Venezuela was doing something. Sorry, El Salvador. I shouldn't be blaming Venezuela at all. El Salvador was doing had given all of their everyone $30 worth of Bitcoin in a purse or wallet. Sorry. So looks like that they may well have gone and spent some of that. But aside of that, I mean, the market started moving. The dollar is strengthening, and the dollar strength. We often see movements, but as I say, there's a whole bundle. Coinbase is looking like it's coming under US regulations are going to take some legal action against Coinbase, and these things, as I say, probably a perfect storm of other factors that are coming through here with a stronger dollar and everything else, and it's just pushed through. And if you look through, Ethereum's done the same, and Ripple, all of them have followed suit really. Now I was told that there was also people expecting to try and push it up further. Well, whatever. It's not a big enough market to not see the effect of these sort of things. For some now, this is probably coming back into opportunity time. Some will wait a little bit longer and see where it bases out again. But it's still, I say it's still got the potential of pushing up. We'll see what the dollar does as well. Just as I say, it's a perfect combination going on here with these cryptos. Right, indices finally. I'll ask to look at the Nikkei today then. So the Nikkei has well, the Nikkei's pushing certainly a lot better than the CSI 300. It's been pushing up lots of gaps. This is obviously a cash market now closed, but through the Asian session there, pushing up solidly again, gapping down, pushing up. So it does look very, very bullish at the moment, well, not much else to say there. FTSE's just opened. FTSE's opened on the downside, and we could uncertainty coming through in these markets, risk off that we've seen. This is to be expected. The DAX. Let's just click on DAX here. Same situation, just coming off a little bit. It was holding up better yesterday, pulling off, still consolidated around these phases, and with both this and the well, maybe the FTSE just coming off just that bit harder. I'm just looking at the sort of the patterns that we got here. It was rising better. The Nasdaq, it's consolidated, looking a bit softer. CAC. Consolidation actually in the US markets. Let's just look at S&P. So I'm just going to cover the S&Ps briefly. In the Dow, S&Ps yesterday followed the stronger dollar coming through. There's certainly some signs. There's been some signs yesterday. It just looked on the shorter time frames that it was going to roll over a little bit more, and it did. I'm very much against trying to short this market in general terms, but at some stage it will give a signal. But if as I said before, if you're looking for the sort of the big short, the time when it's going to start moving down, just wait for the lower highs coming through in the market, and it will give us a safer place to be shorting. So Nasdaq push it. Pretty much the same thing there, just as running off yesterday, consolidation around the top. The tech side has been obviously driving the market, but again the Dow Jones rolling over yesterday and looking soft at the moment. If the dollar continues its push through today, I would expect these markets to roll back a little bit more today as well. Okay, that's pretty much it. I wish you a great day, and I will be back with you in the morning. Take care. Bye for now.